Good morning. You're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Todd Saunders, the CEO at Broadlume. Todd, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today, Kemp?
I'm good. We were together last week at your FloorCon meeting in Amelia Island. I was there just for a day. It was actually a 2.5-day meeting. But before we get to that, let's just a quick rundown on Broadlume, your technology company focused in the flooring business. You're 9 years old, got roughly 150 employees, and you're venture capital funded. Did I get that right?
Yes, that is correct. That's high-level explanation on who we are and what we do.
So in addition to offering your customers custom websites that are tailored specifically for flooring, what are a couple of the other, I know you do media buys, what are some of the other services you provide?
Yeah, we're the first ones to market with an all-in-one integrated solution for flooring retailers. So if you look at that, we have a website platform, we have a CRM or a lead management platform, and then we have a business management system, otherwise known as an ERP. And then the last thing we have is our own product visualizer. So it's really a all-in-one technology system that a flooring retailer needs to run their business effectively and efficiently.
All right. So let's talk about the meeting. This is, I think, your third physical one. I think you had one during COVID that was virtual, but third physical one. Mm-hmm. Compare this 23 edition to the 22 edition as far as number of attendees and number of vendor partners.
This was a record number of attendees for us this year. It was well over 500 people came. We had it was over 50 suppliers / vendors that came and exhibited as well. The feedback we're getting is that the content was the best content we had ever put together, and the collection of vendors and sponsors were the most engaged it's ever been. So we'll do a full retro and send out a survey, and we'll get more information after that. But it was truly a great experience this year. We took it up a notch from the year before.
All right. I thought it was interesting. You had Nick Bach there with his wife, the 31st Street Capital, and they gave a presentation. He's obviously a big reader of books, and I sat in on that and really enjoyed that. And you also had America's Floor Source there, Michelle Vermette and Jason Goldberg. So if you're thinking about selling your business, you had two prospective folks there that might be interested in buying them, right?
Yeah, listen, that's kind of what we told people is, you're going to learn from these folks, but you also, who knows where it might lead or end up. I mean, if you think about what happened with Jason from America's Floor Source, last year at FloorCon, he heard Michelle Vermette speak. Michelle had just left Armstrong. And what do you know? 3 months later, Michelle Vermette is the CEO of America's Floor Source. So, at FloorCon, it's really not just about working on your business and networking, but we really believe that you can build relationships that can help you build your business to the next level. You can build relationships that might eventually buy your business, or who knows, you might be able to find your next CEO there. But truly, one of the best parts about FloorCon is it's not just Broadlume customers. It is people in the flooring industry, from installers to retailers to suppliers, you name it, everything in between, getting together with one common goal of trying to connect the flooring industry and build a better future for all of us.
I know a couple of the spotlight items this year was you had International Flooring Company there, the Doche family, and you also had Mannington there, a new vendor partner. What were some of the other highlights?
Yeah, so if I think about it, I kind of break it up into days. The first day was really all about manufacturer success sessions, where they go through and really talk about, the technology that's interconnecting their products with retailers. We had Mannington with a huge announcement during that day. Then we had day two, like you mentioned, Julian, William, and Pete from IFC announced Canopy, which is their new brand that we are partnering with them on. And then one of the best speakers from day one, really, people loved Stephanie Stuckey, the CEO of Stuckey's gas stations. People loved her comeback story, and we got a ton of great feedback on that one. And then day three, obviously, people were there to see Thibaut. Thibaut was great. Jason and Michelle were great. And one thing I'll say about Thibaut is, not only did Thibaut come and speak, he spent an hour and a half afterwards with a line of retailers, shaking hands, signing things, giving people advice. So he really went above and beyond. So that was kind of the core speakers I knew would go pretty well. There was one speaker that was a bit of a gamble, but when we talked to people afterwards, they said it was probably the most surprisingly entertaining speaker of the day. That was a guy named Al Doan. He spoke day three, and he actually, on the back of YouTube, his mom started, making quilts. And they started filming it. And it went, a few years went by, and one day he woke up and all of a sudden his quilting videos went viral. He went from being just a small little tiny quilt company trying to, support his family to, I think it was like 200 million views on YouTube. And now he's built his company up into the largest quilt company in the world. And I think a lot of people in the industry found the parallels between his story and what they hope to do similar. So listen, I think in summary here, like, we try to get people from all different walks of life that could tell their story and tell their business mission, not just people in the flooring industry.
All right. And where are you holding this thing next year?
That is still up for debate. We are trying to figure that out. So if you do have any ideas, Kemp, where's your favorite place to go? Where should we have it?
Oh, I don't know. I like the islands, but let me mention just that interesting. Since the last time you and I talked about FloorCon, you've had a child named Amelia. So maybe you'll have a second child, and whatever you name that child, we'll just go there. How's that sound?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we just do that? I like that. I'm sure that'll go over well in my household.
All right, sounds good. Well, Todd, thanks for a quick rundown on your FloorCon meeting. Again, been talking to Todd Saunders, the CEO of Broadlume, about the FloorCon meeting held last week in Amelia Island. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.